All right. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
you official now, man. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me till I see that little box, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Men Talk. It's your
Sir.
boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What's good? What's good? It's good to be back, people. Good to be back.
Oh yeah, man. And we just want to bring y'all into our conversation, man. You know that conversation at the barbershop, around the
Mhm.
barbecue grill,
Come
man.
on.
We just want to bring y'all into our conversation and let you know a few things that's on our mind and a couple of details of different things that we think about. So yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. And before we even get started, we like to give shout outs, man. And so I want to start off. I got a shout out today, man. I want to shout out to everybody that's on Facebook that went and liked the page, that liked the video, liked the post, hearted it, sent me a message. Everybody, I appreciate all the comments, all the likes, man. Thanks everyone for doing that. Appreciate that, man.
No
And
doubt.
also,
No doubt.
man, on we got three places that you can find us. There's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, also Anchor. I said three places. That's four places. So you got four
You
places
got a
you can
bonus,
find us.
man. Give
Yeah,
them a
got a
bonus,
bonus.
man.
Got four places you can find me. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Anchor. All you got to search is Real Men Talk Podcast and bring us up. There's Real Men Talk Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Anchor. Oh yeah. So man, it's
Sir.
just my little shout outs, man. So EI, man, you got any shout outs, man, before we get into this hot
Hey, man.
topic tonight, man?
Stan, everybody might want to call me a copycat, but today I got to do exactly what you did, man.
Go for it,
And
man.
that's just a shout out, man, to the listeners, man.
Mm-hmm.
We take the time to do mothers and fathers and close people and hardworking people in this circle that help make this what it is.
Oh yeah.
But this is for the people that are listening. So, hey, this
Oh
shout
yeah.
out is to y'all, and to make sure that y'all know that love is appreciated. Your time is appreciated because, you could click on anything, you could dislike it, you could trash talk it, but hey, we are so grateful for all the support. So shout out, man, to all the listeners, man. So I just had to copy off you, man. I couldn't
Oh
let it go,
yeah,
man.
man.
I
Nah, man,
couldn't
it's
let it
good.
go,
It's
man.
good to hear from both of the people from RMT, baby. You
Yes,
know.
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So man, on the day, man, I was thinking about this. I was just sitting around and I was on my break. And I was thinking about, I was like, man, I got multiple topics that you can talk about, but when something
Okay.
just kind of hits you, you just sitting
Right.
there chilling and you like, get that aha moment. And
Uh-huh.
man, this is what I came up with, man. Today we're gonna talk about finding your space by knowing your place.
Okay.
Again, that's finding your space by knowing your place. And man, I'm
Mm.
gonna go here with it real
Okay.
quick because man, I got this, you know, in my notes or whatever. Let me type this in real quick. But you know, one thing that I can say about this is that you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you are in the right space in your life. Also, mentally, you in the right place as well.
Right.
Because if you in the right space mentally and you in the right space physically, other people, you don't worry about the place that they are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I know that we can get confused about is like
Mm-hmm.
where people should be placed in our life, how
Yeah.
high they should be placed, where they should be placed. And
Mm-hmm.
when we start to place people in our life, you have to make sure that you are in the right space to be able to place people. You make sure you in the right space, because if you're not in the right space, you will place people sometimes in the place that where they don't need to be at. You put people in position that they don't need to be at because at the time you're not in the right space. So man,
Right.
let me talk for a second,
Go
man.
ahead,
Yeah, I'm gonna
man. Go
get to
ahead.
you, but
Hey,
let me talk to it for us. Let me
go
talk to
ahead,
him for
man.
a second, man. See, uh, I know sometimes we can get in a bad space, and
Yeah.
it don't necessarily start with us. It can start with a bad relationship with our parents. We
Mm-hmm.
can have a bad relationship with our mother. We can have a
Right.
bad relationship with our father. And so with those relationships, when they already are messed up, when we
Mm,
start off to build other relationship with other people, that primary relationship that I had with my mother or father, now
mm,
it's tarnished. It's messed up. So I already got a different perspective of how I'm gonna look at somebody when I go into another relationship.
yeah.
So that what I'm taking from that relationship from my parents, and I get into a friendship with somebody, or I get into a romantic relationship with somebody.
Right.
A woman might accept a man that's physically abusive to her or verbally abusive to her because that's how her father was. That's how
Mm,
that she seen that she thought that he expresses love. And so since
right.
she thought that's the way that a man should love a woman, she might be accepting to that bad relationship.
Oh
Same
yeah.
thing with a man. Man might see his mom going through. She might be cussing at him. It might just be a bad relationship that he didn't ever get that nurturing feeling that he need to get from his mom. So
Yep.
he go into a relationship that this woman, she don't care about him. She just want to use him, but that's the only thing that he know. That he know that someone that love me, that's how they show him love. So
Right.
at that time, when they in that space, they'll place those people in positions that they don't need to be in because they not in the right space. So what
Mhm.
I say to people out there is that once you get yourself in the right headspace, and me, I'm just saying this for me. When I
Yeah.
start getting a better relationship with God, when I
Yeah.
start to work on me and put myself in the right space, other people positions start to change.
Mm-hmm.
Other people positions start to change because I didn't value what they brought to the table as much
Right.
because I had built something in myself that built the value that I don't need them around like I used to because I
Mm-hmm.
don't do that no more. You know, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe what they was doing for me, it wasn't that significant than what I thought it was when I first
Mm.
started out, man. And
Right.
so, man, before I get deep, man,
Hey.
yeah, man. I want to bring you in on this, man, and I just want to get your opinion on, just being finding yourself, finding your space by knowing
Yeah.
your place, man. So, man, just come in, man, and give us a little commentary on, man, what you think about this, bro.
Man, you said so much there, man, that was rich in
Right.
that, but you could just take a lot from that, man.
Uh huh.
You were saying how we place people in our life, which points back to, hey, look, if I don't got me together, I don't have my priorities together, where we place people,
Ooh.
so
Yep.
we'll place a relationship way up here above ourselves. And the first thing ever, when it really shouldn't be, because I don't got me together yet. So
Yep.
not being in the
Yep.
right headspace to, prioritize things in life,
Right.
man. So
Mm-hmm.
getting in that, man, and when it goes to relationships, you
Mm.
know, man, that's kind of, you got this battle these days with, hey, this is the man's role. This is what a good man is. And
Uh.
these are the women's roles, and this is what a
Uh.
woman should do, right?
Uh.
All these things, and what makes a good man? What's a good woman? What's a high value man? What's this? And I've got no knock or judgment on any of those topics, but I want to look at it from a sense of, man, you know, if I don't know me, myself first.
Uh
Getting
huh.
in the right headspace, like you're saying, there's some self-reflection. If
Right.
I don't get to a point where I can feel good about life, if I don't get to a point to where I can feel good when bad things are going on,
Right.
those bad things in my life won't change.
Yep.
Because see, it's got to be done in here first. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like if I want something
Yep.
to change on the job, I
Mm-hmm.
can go to work every day, look, complaining, doing what I do. But
Yep.
until I can be okay in here first, I won't
Yep.
even attract the kind of job that I want. So I
Mm.
got to be able to be okay in here first. No, hey, yeah, I want to get out of this job.
Yep.
Maybe this job ain't
Yep.
right,
Yep.
but I got to get in the right headspace to be ready for whatever it is I'm dreaming about, a good paying
Mm-hmm.
job, another job, or a plan to get out. So
Yep.
to me, it all points to just, man, it starts with ourselves. I know we talk a lot about that, man, but you can't be in a relationship and enjoy each other to the fullest when we both don't know each other. and
Yep.
we both wearing masks and playing these games with each other.
Yep.
So, hey man, I could go on and on. That's a wide open. That's a man. It's such a broad topic, but
Mm-hmm.
you could stretch it across any area of your life, man.
Oh yeah.
Getting yourself right, getting yourself together mentally in the right headspace where you're emotionally good,
Yep.
because any other thing is you're gonna attract that negativity, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
A guy
Absolutely.
that's talking about he ain't trying to be drama filled or ain't trying to be this and that, but that's all that you do.
Yep.
I mean, if you can't think and feel a different kind of way, how can
Yep.
you attract success when all I think is a street life? And if
Yep.
that's what you do, that's you, no judgment. But
Mm-hmm.
to get it to change, man, we got to change it here first, man. So
Yep. I absolutely agree with you, man. 100%. The the only thing about it is like I think that a lot of people, when they go and they try to start to figure out things, they
yeah.
pull other people in and try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You pull other people in and try to figure out a problem that's going on with you. And
Mm,
when we start to pull other people in and try to figure out a problem that's going on with us, it's always going to go sideways because, truth be told, they don't know everything that's going on with us. They don't absolutely know all the backstory. It's a lot of things that
mm,
people know about themselves that they're going to take to the grave. And
right.
so the only work that you'll be able to do and figure out those things is if you do it yourself. Now,
Yeah.
well, I say you need to go talk to a therapist. Absolutely. If you need that type of help, go ahead
Mm,
and talk to a therapist. But even talking to a therapist, you still got to put in the work. And I think
yeah.
we try to get away from putting in the work. Like, and no shade to nobody, but sometimes people will go have surgery just to lose weight because they want to get away from the work, you know.
Right.
And so they'll go and have this surgery. And now sometimes, it's warned that they need to do that because it might be health issues or whatever the case might be. And I'm
Right.
not knocking nobody that does that. But sometimes some people could put in the work and get the same results that they had if they went and had surgery. So when we go into working on ourselves, when we go into we want to get this better job, when we go into we want a better relationship, when we go into we want to get healthy, when you go into all those areas and you starting to work on yourself in multiple areas, then you need to space out a certain area you want to work on first,
Yeah.
starting to prioritize it. Because if you try to work on everything at the same time, you can't be everywhere at one
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yep.
You don't have a clone. Some of y'all might have twins, you might be triplets, on quads, however it might be, but it's only one unique you that is made. And
Right. No
so
doubt.
you can only be in one space in one time. I can't be at my house and be at EI house at the same time. It's impossible for me to do it. So with that being said, once you stay in one place at one time and you clear what you need to do in that area, then you move on to the next area.
Right.
Because I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you cleaning up your house, your apartment, wherever you might stay at, you go room by room. If you clean that whole room, you clean that whole room that you in. They say I'm gonna start with the kitchen. If you clean the kitchen, I'm talking about clean the stove out, the microwave,
Mm-hmm.
wash the dishes, dry them, put them up, clean the refrigerator out, mop, sweep. Then you move on to the next room. You done got that room done, so you ain't got to worry about that one no more because
Mm-hmm.
it's done. Instead of trying to clean up every room, I'm gonna go from the bathroom to the kitchen to the dining room. I'm gonna go to the bedroom, and you skipping in each room, and you're not getting nothing done in one single room. You're
Mm.
not getting nothing done in one single room. But if you take and focus on that one room, you focus
Yeah.
on that one thing that's going on, you focus on that one problem, that one situation, and you do it one step at a time, you can
Yeah.
end up accomplishing more in that one room, in that one space at this one time. All
Right.
it takes is that one step. And so
Yeah.
just focus on that place right there, getting that area situated, and then continue to move on, man.
Man. Hey. That's real because when you look over it, if you look over it, if you cleaning in every house in the room, right? You're
Yep.
trying to work on a lot of areas of yourself.
Yep.
You might be doing a lot of work, but it doesn't look like you're doing much because it's stretched thin, right?
Yep.
And so starting in that one place just gives you that motivation because you can see your work. Now,
Mm.
if you're strong enough that way, hey, go ahead.
Right.
Do what you
Right.
got to do if you can do it that way. But a lot of us, hey, we need to see results. And when
Mm-hmm.
you stretch yourself that way, when you're trying to, so much that you could change or want to get better, it can get discouraging because you
Yep.
working, but it don't look
Yep.
like nothing's happening. You trying to
Yeah.
fix this relationship,
Yeah.
but it don't
Yeah.
look like it's working.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You trying to co-parent with
Mm.
an ex, and it looked like you got all these areas and all these things, and like you said, man, I couldn't have said it no better. You
Mm-hmm.
starting somewhere where we can see progress and
Yeah.
celebrating that. Like, man,
Yep.
I know
Yep.
I got a lot going, but I knocked that room out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know
Yep.
I'm a felony, but hey, I just worked on getting it expunged. Hey,
Yep.
I know I got this going, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking 2 times a week now.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we need to
Yep.
see that work and celebrate it, man. So hey, that was a good
Mhm.
point, man.
Oh yeah, and another point I want to make is that you need to accept the fact of the space that you're working in, accept
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you messed up in that area.
Yeah.
Because if you don't accept the fact that you messed up in that area, you can't work on it. If
Yeah.
you don't think that area is messed up, if you don't think you're doing anything wrong, you can never work on that area that's messed up. You
Yep.
can't. We can have an ego, we can be as arrogant as we want to be in a certain area. You can do that if you want to, and you can lie
Mm-hmm.
to yourself as much as you want to. But
All right.
until you able to accept the fact this room is dirty,
Yeah.
I'm messed up in this area.
Right.
I'm messed up, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I came to a place where I said, okay, man. At first, I was to the point I can handle drinking, man. Ain't nothing wrong with me when I start drinking, man. As a matter of fact, I'm the best version of myself when I'm drinking, baby. I don't know what you talking about. I'm the most suavest, smoothest cat that you never saw when I'm drinking. If you ever want to see suave, you ever want to see smooth, all you gotta see is me when I'm taking that drink.
talk
That's
talk
it.
about it. That.
That's it, man. And so I was in denial that I wasn't seeing the areas or the things that was hurting me because I was doing all the drinking until
Mm,
I accepted the fact that the certain things was going wrong. I was
mm,
doing certain things. I was missing out on certain areas. Once I accepted the fact that I was doing something wrong, then I was able to start fixing it.
yeah.
But until I accepted the fact, oh man, you drank too much. You know,
Yeah.
you drank too much, bro. You
Yeah.
drank too much, man. You hang out too much, man. Then when you start drinking, man, you don't remember stuff that's going on. Like it's getting out of hand. Instead
Right.
of you drinking on the weekends, you start drinking every day. So
Mm,
me starting to accept the fact that okay, this drinking is a problem. Then I can start working on it. So
right.
whatever that you start to accept that's a
Mm-hmm.
problem, once you acknowledge that, then
Yeah.
you can start working on it. But if you're so arrogant that you can't acknowledge it, if you mad when people point it out, that's how you know what's wrong. Hey, let me say that. Appreciate
Come on.
that. Now,
Come on.
that's how you know when something really wrong with you. When somebody point out something about you and you get mad.
Mm,
That's how you know you need to work in that area, man.
man.
Because if you was confident in that area, I ain't gotta say that you just superior and you just conquered
Mm-hmm.
everything. But in that certain area, if you was confident, you want and when you weren't getting your feelings, man, when they say
Right.
something about it,
Right.
you
That's
know,
right.
you
Yeah,
you want
man.
you weren't getting your feelings about it, man. Go ahead, yeah.
Nah, man. Hey, that's straight up. It's that hardest. The hardest thing to eat is that humble pie, man. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man, man.
Like acknowledging when we wrong is hard. It's rough, man.
Oh yeah.
That's a challenge for a lot of people, man. A lot of us deal with that pride to just acknowledge, hey, I was wrong. Hey,
Mhm.
I messed up. And not saying it, like, sarcastically,
Yep.
where you're
Yep.
trying to just patronize somebody. You know what I mean? Like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Like, really own up to that.
Yep.
and look that thing straight in the face and know that, hey, I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that that mess up doesn't define us, and knowing that that mess up doesn't keep me from heading in the right direction that I want to, but I have to own it, because if I don't own it, I'll always just manipulate.
Yep.
Always manipulate. Whoever I come encounter, it'd be manipulation, because I always got this mask on. Because hey, you point something out to me about me. I mean, you ever notice
Mm-hmm.
people, man, that you, like you said, you say something, anything. It could be, man, they could be so, some people, man, I'm just competitive. Oh, okay, whatever you want to call it. But
Right.
people get so worked up that somebody else got an opinion. So if somebody says, hey, man, you ain't that good,
Mm-hmm.
they got that right. They got that opinion. You know
Yep.
what I mean? To say and do whatever it is that they feel. Like, we can't control what people think. We can't control that narrative, man. We got to respect the fact that, hey, somebody else is gonna not agree and not like us, man.
Yep.
And that way we can own up whatever, we can't face whatever. Somebody come and tell me that, I can see clearly, like, oh, well, you know what, I was tripping. Man,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I shouldn't have wore that green shirt. You know what I mean? Now
Mm-hmm.
that I look back at it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Right.
maybe I shouldn't have took
Right.
that job. You know what I mean? Or maybe I do. Yeah, I was yelling. I didn't even know I was yelling. I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
man, hey, I'm just tagging along, man. You knocking them out the park tonight, man. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
No,
Doc.
no, no, man. Let me use this example too, man. Was that the fact, like, when you find, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. Once you find that space in your life, when you get in that right space, you're gonna be you're gonna be in position to be in the place you need to be anyway. You know, and
Okay.
I'm gonna say this because I know we talk about sports a lot on here. Because I
Yeah.
mean I'm a sports fan, but
Yeah.
I can say this: when Kobe Bryant, when he
Mm-hmm.
played, right?
Right.
Kobe started out, he was 18 when he first started playing basketball. I mean, professionally, and when he got to the NBA.
Right.
And so Kobe knew that he had to work to elevate to get his game where it was at to be the Hall of Famer that he is now, you know.
Yeah.
And so check this out. Kobe will work out so hard. They said he did these blackouts where he'll come in
Oh
at
yeah.
6 a.m., go
Mm-hmm.
from 6 a.m., work out, leave, come back, do another few hours, leave, come back, work out again. But
Yeah.
by him being in that headspace, look where it placed him. He one
Mm-hmm.
of the greats of all times.
Right.
So when you doing your, just say whatever you're doing, if you're doing your podcast, you're working on your business, you want to get in shape, you want to
Mm-hmm.
start that new business, if you want to go back to school, you need to put yourself in a position that I'm in this position right now. But the place that I want to be at, I'm gonna have to put myself in a space that I'm gonna have to completely focus. Because
Oh yeah.
if you don't put laser focus, like I said, in that one area,
Yep.
you put that laser focus in that one area, then you can start building the momentum to get somewhere else. But if I'm all over, just imagine if Kobe was all over the place, he didn't practice on that fadeaway. He ain't practice on, oh, well, I like to shoot from this spot. So this my move. I gotta watch him. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. If he ain't never focused on that, on practicing to getting on his craft to get to where he at, to be a Hall of Famer, he would
Yeah.
never got there. Because
Sure.
I'm not trying to talk down on, but look at Shaq. Shaq was the most dominant big man, in NBA history. But Shaq cut his years short because he wasn't in that gym. He wasn't watching out for his diet. He wasn't doing the things that he needed to do to be in the place that, I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer, but he
No
could have
doubt.
been one
No
of the
doubt.
greatest centers of all time. No debate
Right.
if he would have stayed on what he needed to do. And
Yeah.
no shade against Shaq. But if he would have stayed where he needed to be at, I think he
Yeah.
would have been higher on the all-time best centers list, man. That's just
Mhm.
me, man. But what you think about the EI?
Hey man, that mindset, That mindset is
Mm-hmm.
what it all boiled down to. The work ethic, the time of going to the gym, him being a crazy athletic, doing what he had to do, couldn't
Yep.
have been done without where it starts, and that's internally, and that's having that
Mm-hmm.
mindset. That's
Yep.
thinking right. It takes somebody thinking right to dedicate to something like that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever way, whatever tools we got, whatever tools we can use, I feel like we need to use them. And don't
Yep.
judge other people's. Somebody might say, "Hey, yoga does it for me." Okay,
Yeah. Go
if
for it.
yoga gets you in the headspace, go. And don't worry about
Mm-hmm.
what nobody else got to say. If it's church, if it's working out, if it's whatever, but you got to get in that mind space. Whatever it is that you need
Mm-hmm.
to, that you're trying to accomplish, it starts internally. And you
Yep.
got to make sure you're there, and you got to start feeling good internally. And it
Mm-hmm.
starts there. Kobe knew that, hey, I gotta work out. I'm gonna go, I gotta work out like crazy. Okay.
Yep.
I gotta stay hungry for it. Man, that was mental. That's mental fuel there, man. That's not just a beast waking up and wanting to go do this just from muscle memory. No,
Yeah.
that's some will there, and that's what we all got to have, man. That's what being in the right space is about. Whichever path you take, but you got to get there and just fight. And it may take you this long, may take you that long,
Mm-hmm.
but get in that right headspace, man. Get that, the way of thinking about it, the way of
Oh
how we
yeah.
see things, man. So
Mm-hmm.
it's my take on it, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so with that being said, I know a lot of people like to look, man. Hey, I know it's a big thing about, you got what's it called, the manosphere, you got the red pill, the blue pill, the purple pill,
Mm-hmm,
you got all those things. And then with the
mm-hmm,
females, you got this feminist movement that's going on, that
mm-hmm,
I don't need this, I don't need that, and this and that. I understand that. I understand how, everybody trying to shape the world. Everybody want their rights. You got the community, LGBTQ community. Everybody want their rights. Everybody want to fight for this and that. But I tell you this, inside of all that, everybody want to carve out their own little section, their own little space inside of this world.
yeah,
Everybody want to do that. But I say this to everybody, regardless of what's on YouTube, what's on Facebook, what's on Instagram, what's on Twitter, what's on
mm-hmm,
CNN, what's on anything that's media, what's inside of you? What's inside of you? What's something that people haven't saw that's inside of you? What's It's something that's so unique about you that God just made you, right? And so it's something that He puts inside of you that other people need to see. Other people haven't saw that side of you. Everybody haven't saw your gifts. Everybody haven't saw how funny or how intelligent you are. Everybody haven't saw that. So I'll tell you this: don't be in a space where I want to entertain. I need to be entertained all the time. Get in a space where you can nurture your gift, nurture
mm-hmm,
your skills, get your relationship with God, get your relationship with your family, your friends, mend those things that you need to mend. And I'm gonna say this: it's not gonna take long. Like, you think you're gonna miss out on something. You think,
mm,
oh man, I'm gonna miss out on the game.
yeah,
Games been going on for years, since the
yep,
1900s. Baseball, all the games going on. It's been entertainers since the beginning of time that been going on. You're not gonna miss that concert. A viral moment. It's still gonna be on the internet. You can always pull it back up. You're not gonna miss nothing, but you will miss out on a moment for the world to get to see the real person that you are, the real
mm,
person that you are inside. And so you will miss out on that. And when you start putting in that work, it ain't gonna take long. It's gonna take consistency.
mm-hmm,
And don't rush yourself. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to get there,
yeah,
because we want to rush the process so much. We live in a society that you want to pop it in a microwave and get it right back out. It's not a rush thing.
mm-hmm,
You didn't rush to get the problems that you have on your brain now. You didn't rush to get there. You
right,
gained those things over years. And it's gonna take, I ain't gonna say it's gonna take over years, but once you start discovering, start breaking down each one of those things, you start to get relieved. Every
Yep.
time I found out something about myself and I worked on it, I started to relieve, started to
Yeah.
get relief. I started to get relief because all that inside of me that I never talked to nobody about, it started
Yeah.
to come out. It started to
Yeah.
come out every time, oh, this going on, and I run from it. I just pushed it down. And when another situation arises, not only that situation, but also
Mhm.
what I pushed down, it was like a volcano. Everything that I pushed down inside me, tried to hide, it erupted. It started to
Mm.
come out because you study pushing that stuff down, study more pressure, more
Yeah.
packing up, and you
Yeah.
just explode one day off something so small.
Yeah.
Everything started on a volcano. When that lava spitting out that volcano, it's just going everywhere, hitting, burning up stuff, and you could be messing up relationship because that lava coming out of your mouth. That lava that you done said to your child, that
Yeah.
lava you done said to your spouse, that lava you done said to your friends, that you burning them up because something that done packed down in you and you done just exploded. You didn't mean for it to come out like that. But when you
Yep.
start working on each one of them levels, you start working on them rooms, them compartments, you cleaning up those compartments in those rooms,
Yeah.
and you start to relieve, and then you ain't gonna be spitting lava. You know what you're gonna be spitting? You're gonna be spitting H2O, because you're gonna be
Mm.
spitting life into people. You know, they're gonna be
Sir.
able to have a fresh air when they see you, when they talk to you. It's gonna be a sigh of relief, man.
Yeah.
And so I ain't mean to just go on that little tangent, man, but
Yo.
just my, my bad, man. I ain't mean to go on that
uh,
little tangent, man. But like
uh.
I said, I've been holding this, boy, holding it back for weeks already, baby.
Hey
You know,
man, let it go, brother. I'm receiving it all, man.
hey, hey,
Hey, cause you telling the truth, bro. Nothing but the truth, man. And people need to hear it, man. We need
oh
to
yeah,
hear it. I mean, you can't, you gotta, we can't just suppress everything. We can't just run
yeah,
from everything. We
nope,
gotta own
nope,
that. If it's a bad feeling, own the fact
yeah,
that hey, I'm scared.
yep,
Own the fact that
oh,
I'm jealous. Own the
yep,
fact that whatever that
mm,
is, so that you
yep,
can work through them, man, and we don't get that lava deal, man. Hey,
yeah.
keep on. Hey, keep on going, man. I got my popcorn stand. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. But the thing about it is like you said, as we work on things, man,
Mm-hmm.
and you said accepting it, like accepting that jealousy, man, accepting the fact that I have a feeling about a certain people and certain things that I don't like. You know, and let me say this, especially like in relationships. Let me go there for a second, man.
Okay.
Especially
Okay.
like in relationships, if you love and you care about somebody,
Yeah.
and just say that the relationship not what you want it to be, and
Right.
at times you let them go get away with so much because you care about them, because
Mm.
you love them. You don't see certain things that other people can see. You know, you'll let certain things go by, you'll let certain things fly, and this and that because you care about them so much. But let me tell y'all this. Now now that's for the people that are letting the things fly. Now on the flip side, the person is taking advantage of them. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell you this: once that person start to heal themselves and they start to build themselves up, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have yourself a problem, because the whole time you was taking advantage of their insecurities. Just say if it's a woman, she was overweight, you studied beating her down. Oh, ain't nobody gonna want you, girl. You too big, you too fat. Ain't nobody gonna want you but me. Then she get in shape, she get right. I just say she get her a BBL. You know what I'm saying? Oh
All right.
man,
All right. All
now
right.
now she hanging out. She used to
Wow.
get 10 likes on the photo. Now she get 3, 400, 1,500 likes on the photos.
Ooh,
You
that
know, her
touchy
inbox
something,
going
man.
crazy. And the
Yeah.
whole time you've been talking about her, she going to the gym. Folks like, hey, guys. And
Uh,
see, that whole time, instead of building her up, you was tearing her down.
mm,
Same thing with the female. You talking about a guy because he got a dream. He not making the money that you want him to make right now,
mm-hmm.
but he fighting for his dream. He got
Yep.
a game plan out. He ain't spending no frivolous money. He putting his money
Mm-hmm.
towards his business. He study trying to build it. You talking about, oh, they ain't gonna be this. You ain't doing this. You always working on this. You ain't spending no time with him. You take off and leave him, and he get his stuff together. Nah, I always knew you was gonna do it.
Mm.
Just because a person is in a space right now, don't necessarily they're gonna be in there 10 or 15 years from now.
That's
You
right.
know, they don't mean that, you know. But man, let me get over here, man. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna let the windows down, man. Let the top back, man. Get off the
Boy,
interstate, man, and make
that
this
car
left go
overheating,
around here
man.
to
Take the exit, man. Take the exit.
eat
You got the
eyes
car
corner, man.
overheating, man. Hey, man, you know, welcome,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
Back with your boy EIG, you know. And we gotta pay the dues like we always do, and that's to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now look, I know I got a Tampa Bay shirt on, so I want to talk to y'all and be straight up. All right. I like red, you know what I mean? And sometimes I just wear a shirt that's red and it's got it in there. But my allegiance will always be to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I took that helmet down just because I can't wear this shirt and be disrespectful that way. But this is just for the color listeners. So just so y'all know, hey, it's all good. It's still black and yellow all day, every day.
He not no real fan, y'all.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, just real quick with y'all, man. Hey, look, you know, I want to talk about the workplace real quick, man. Like, okay, Stan, you heard about this whole Ime Udoka thing, right?
Yeah.
With the Boston Celtics head coach.
Yeah.
You know, he's engaged to Nia Long.
Yeah.
Outed about an affair with some VP's wife or whatever the case may be. All this and that. We could get into. There's a bunch of reaction videos in the media and all this and that.
Right.
And we could get into that. I don't want to get into the particulars of what you prefer and do and all of that and right, wrong. But I do want to say this. Just some words of advice to y'all. Keep the workplace.
Yep.
And not the flirt place. Because you got to think about it, man. You spend a lot of time at work.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that spend a lot of time with their coworkers more than they do their significant others. Not because, you know, I mean, you got to go to work and then maybe you go home and you got this to do. By the time everybody settled down, you know, a couple hours with, you know, with the missus. So I'm just saying that, hey, look, take advantage of the time at home with whoever it is, a fiance, a girlfriend, and keep, if you are gonna play, because that's not my place to judge.
Right.
If you're gonna play, don't do it at the job, because at the job you can have consequences like what we're seeing in the media now, where hey, his family's being torn apart, multiple families and multiple people now because all of this that's outed. And yes, you know, it's all wrong. I know I'm not here I don't have any moral obligation to judge here, but what I am saying is, hey, keep it out the workplace, y'all, if you can. That's just a quick nugget to share with people. You know, it's easy to do because we see these people all the time. We learn their personalities, and you're spending a lot of time. But hey, look, if you ain't ready for the consequences of, you know, having your hand in the cookie jar,
yes, sir.
Hey, just go somewhere else. Get your cookies somewhere else. Don't do it at the workplace. Yes, and I mean, hopefully nobody is doing it, period. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not condoning infidelity or people cheating, but
it happens.
Workplace is too easy at the job. So y'all be safe with that. Be safe with that. And last but not least, to the men out there, to the fathers out there, keep being dads. Keep giving them kids love, whether you're with her, whether you're not.
Absolutely.
Show them that love. They need that love. The love may change, but men, let's still be fathers. Let's still love. And that's all I got. The car was overheating, so I told Stan, y'all, take the exit and come holler at me on the corner. I think he good now. We can bring him back to the booth, man. Stan, it's on you, Doc.
Oh yeah, man. I ain't got nothing else, man. I appreciate everybody listening, everybody tuning in and showing us love, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.